Our last standard in this unit covers solving systems of linear equations by elimination. Let's go through the scale together. Level 1 says that you will be able to solve using elimination when the equations are already given with identical or opposite coefficients. Level 2 says that you can solve using elimination when you need one of the equations to be multiplied to find identical or opposite coefficients. Level 3 says that both equations will need to be multiplied, and you'll also need to be able to do special cases. And finally, a level 4 is that we need to be able to write a system of equations to solve a real-world solution or a real-world problem, and then solve it. You may want to pause the video to write down these fill-in-the-blank items. We have 6 steps when we are solving by elimination, and I'll be real honest, elimination is my favorite and it's always my go-to method because I don't have to try to look for how to avoid fractions or anything like that. It just comes a little bit more naturally to me. The first step is that we have to line up our terms for all equations. So x is on top of x's, y is on top of y's. Then we will have to look to find the same number in front of the same variable, and we want opposite signs. That's inverse coefficients. And if we can't find some, we'll have to multiply to make them. Then you'll add the two equations together. That will eliminate one of the variables. Finish solving for the remaining variable and take and plug that number in to find the other variable's value. And of course, write your answer as a point. Once again, I've given you guys a template to work through. I know it looks intimidating at first, but it really is just help you line up the numbers. So our first system here is negative 4x minus y equals 14. So I'm just going to write that in here. You can see that the first box is asking for what we call ax, or the number times x, the coefficient of x, and x. Then minus 1y equals 14. Our other equation gives us 2x, a positive 1y, and a negative 6. So remember from our previous page that we were looking to see if there was already a variable that had the same number in front but with opposite signs. And that's what we have here for the y. So what's going to happen is that we are going to try to eliminate y so that we can solve for x. We don't need to do any kind of multiplying because they will already line up, and when we add them together, they will disappear. So our goal was to eliminate y and solve for x. So if we did this right, these two should cancel out when we add. Let's check. Negative 4x plus 2y gives me negative 2x. Negative 1y plus y cancels out. 14 plus negative 6 gives me positive 8. Now we'll divide by negative 2 all the way across, and we get x is equal to negative 4. Now our goal before was to eliminate y and solve for x, so we're going to reverse that now, and we want to substitute our x so that we can solve for y, because we already have our x coordinate of our solution, and we're trying to find the y coordinate. So I'm going to choose to use the first equation here, but you could use the other one if you'd like. I have negative 4 times, what do we have for x? Negative 4. Minus 1 times y equals 14. Negative 4 times negative 4 is positive 16. Negative 1y equals 14. Subtract 16 from both sides. And negative 1y equals negative 2. Divide by that negative 1. So y is equal to positive 2. So my point is at negative 4, 2. Let's do another one that's already in level 1 here. So in our level 1, we'll write our equations down first. Negative 1x plus 5y equals 14. Positive 1x minus 6y equals negative 17. And we're looking to see, is there already a variable that has the same number in front but opposite signs? And we have that right here. These two have the same number in front but opposite signs. So I don't need to multiply by anything. I'm just going to recopy my system over here. Negative 1x plus 5y equals 14. And x minus 6y equals negative 17. So this is where we have the same number in front but opposite signs. So our goal is to eliminate that x, which means we will be solving for y. So our goal, we want those to go away. Negative 1 plus positive 1, they do go away. So I know I'm doing something right here. 5y plus negative 6 gives me negative 1y. 14 plus negative 17 gives me negative 3. Divide by negative 1 on both sides. And y is equal to positive 3. That means that 3 is going to go down and be part of the solution. It doesn't matter which equation you use. This time I'll use the blue one. So I have 1x minus 6, and I already have y. Remember, we're reversing what we had before. We're substituting y to solve for x. So that's times 3 equals negative 17. 1x negative 6 times 3 gives me negative 18 equals negative 17. Add 18 to both sides, and we get that x is equal to 1. So 1 goes into the box.